Okay, good morning. We are working on SNOGA today, yoga for snowboarders. Today's class is going to be 10 to 15 minutes long. The entire thing is going to be standing, so you don't need a mat. The goal of this class is to be able to do these moves anytime, anywhere, preferably right before you shred the gnar and right after you shred the gnar, getting you ready for what you're about to do on the mountain and then helping you recover as you come off as well. So 10 to 15 minutes, and I hope you use this one often. So enjoy. All right, so we're gonna start standing nice and tall, and we're just gonna first hinge at the hips, slight bend in the knees as you start to lead with your chest, folding forward. And breathe. You can grab each elbow once you're hanging as far as you can. You can raise your head, your neck. You can stay here, or you can grab the ground with your hands and you can bend one knee and straighten out the other. Just breathing in and out through the nose as always. And fold. And then as we come up, we're gonna inhale the arms up, bringing them up, but staying in a little seat so our knees are bent. And then we're just gonna bring the right ankle across the left thigh. And so we're kind of in a little chair position, stretching out that right glute. Let me just show you what this looks like from the front. So right here, stretching out the right glute, the hip area. You can really press into that knee if you like, or stay up here. And if this is comfortable for you, you can either stay here or you can fold forward over that standing leg, getting a really good stretch in the glute. And breathe. And release, coming back up. And then releasing that leg down. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. So left leg over the right thigh. Sit down, bringing your arms up. Maybe pressing into this knee if you did it on the other side. Maybe staying here or folding forward over that standing leg. Breathe. Still keep a bend in that standing leg. Really stretching out the hips, the glutes. Breathe. And release, coming back up with the arms first. And then standing up nice and tall, shaking it out a little bit. And then we're gonna get the quads here. So go ahead, shift your weight over into your right foot. Bring your left foot up behind you, going into a quad stretch. A lot of you guys might have seen this one before, but what I wanna make sure that we're doing is form is correct. And so our knees not way out here. Bring the knees to touch each other. And then, once they're touching each other, rotate your hips in. So try not to sway your back, sticking your butt out, but tuck your butt under and then pull up on that leg a little bit more, getting a little extra stretch in the quad and the hip flexors. And breathe. And release. Go ahead and switch sides. Put your weight into your left foot. Right foot comes up. Again, knees to touch. Tuck your butt under and then pull up on that foot a little bit more. And breathe. Getting the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes already. And slowly release it down, shake out your legs, and then we're gonna go into a little lunge. So step the right foot forward and the left foot back into a runner's lunge. And we can stay here for a second. You can sway forward and back, really feeling a pull and maybe your hips, maybe your hip flexors. You can even come up if you want a little bit more. Breathe. And beautiful. We're going to switch sides. So we're going to bring the left, the back foot to meet the front. So hands down to the ground, step that back foot front, and then we're gonna switch. So right foot back, left foot in front now. And again, you can sway back and forth. Try to get your thigh to be parallel with the ground, so make it a wide stance if you can. Swaying forward and back, breathing. And if you did it on the other side, maybe coming up into a high lunge. Breathe. And bringing the hands back down to frame the foot. We're going to bring the back foot to match the front. So bringing it up in that forward fold. We're going to go back again with the other leg. So left leg back, right leg in front, and then inhale your arms up. And then we're going to go for a little twist. So we're going to bring our left elbow across our right thigh. So left elbow, right thigh, bringing your hands into a prayer position in front of your chest. Getting a nice little rotation in. If you like, you can always try to take a bind around your spine, going for more of a twist. Breathe. And slowly release your head down, and then your hands back down to the ground. Then we're going to switch sides. So bringing left leg up, right leg back. Breathe. And then we're going to inhale, bring the arms up into that high lunge. And then exhale, same thing that we did before, right elbow across the left thigh. Getting that nice little twist, going into some prayer hands. Looking up at the ceiling. Breathing. And looking back down to the ground, placing your hands back on the ground, and then step that back foot to match, fold as much as you can. Fold, 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 and release, coming up one vertebrae at a time. And then all we have to do to finish off is stretch out our calves a little bit. So heel down to the ground of either foot, we're gonna get them both. And then hinge at your hips, go down to touch your toe, really stretching out that calf here. And if you are using this stretch to gear up before the mountain, you can always use a tire of a vehicle to do a calf stretch instead. And switch, release, other heel on the ground, hinging at your hips, bending with the right leg, and bringing that toe up. Woo. Nice little stretch in the calves. And breathe. We're going to do one more after this. We're going to do a yogi squat. We always want to make sure to get a yogi squat in. And release. And then go ahead, make your feet as wide as your board. And then sit your hips down as much as you can. Chest stays proud. And try to sit down into our yogi squat position. So I'll show you from the front. Right here. Woo, without falling backwards. Breathe. And then bring your hands down to the ground as you bring your hips up, chest down. Standing forward fold. You can sway from side to side. Breathe. And again, bringing it down into a yogi squat, chest up, hips down. That way you can get into your low squats on your board. And one more time, hands down, hips up, chest down, swaying from side to side. Breathe. And release, back down, hips down, chest up, yogi squat. And then we're just gonna stand up using strength all the way up at the top. All right, that's it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed. This is a flow that you can literally stop and use even one or two of the stretches at any time during the day, just to get your body ready for the mobility and everything you're gonna hit this coming season on the mountain. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, compliments, as always, feel free to let me know, and I will see you next time.